You looking for answers about extraterrestrials or maybe the true meaning of life? Then you have come to the right place. Welcome to the Ivan Teller online broadcast. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for more details, please visit ivanteller.com and learn more about your galactic families.
Greetings again. Blessings, universe, people of Earth. Blessings. Why did we choose this planet? I have no idea. I think we're absolutely insane to come here. Boy, is that the truth of it. Come to the world of nothing but limitations. Especially come here as a Zeta Gray with no care for food, no care for body odor. Being a Zeta here is not easy. Of course, being anything here is not easy unless you're a human that's been reincarnating here forever, and you are so set in your ways. You're everything but spirituality. You have your football, your basketball, your greasy food, and your arrogant ways, or whatever you want to call it. It's not always that way, but a lot of times it's like that, but not always. And I'd be damned if they're going to speak to nature or realize they have spirit guides, and this place is just a mess. Anyway, as for what's going on about America and terrorism, I think it's very serious. You know, you wonder if they just have the holidays here just to scare everybody. Obviously, what's going on is very serious, but for most Americans, it won't affect anybody, but there's a good chance it might. As for what's coming next, I believe ISIS is a very serious threat, but it is controlled by the White House, I believe. I know. I believe our government's running it, basically. Why do I feel that? Because obviously the public government doesn't know anything. Our Congress isn't running it because they're too stupid anyway. They don't know how to do anything. And the president's not involved. But our government, shadow government, is behind it all, definitely. I still believe there's a president, like a second president, a shadow government president. They might be I still believe there's like a shadow government president. I'm going to go with that. But as for ISIS being a threat to America, it was last year, I was connecting to Robin Williams. That was first around this time. Yeah, I was downtown Sarasota and felt Robin Williams' presence. Anyway, I connected to ISIS also, and I felt them around the Washington, D.C. area. So they're there. They've been there for a while. They even showed pictures of it. I think it was last year. So ISIS is definitely real. As for why they haven't done anything, is because I believe they're getting orders not to. And they don't know any better. Those that joined it obviously don't know any better. And do any of us know any better? No, not really. But they are a threat. But we need a boogeyman. Bin Laden's gone. Actually, I'm not sure if he's been dead for like years, and then they said they killed him when he was actually already dead years ago. I wouldn't be too surprised by that. As for if I know that's true or not, I never really connected to that. But that wouldn't be that wouldn't be surprising. But as for, I think there will be scares here. Possibly. Doesn't mean it will happen. It's possible. I'll go into this a little bit more. I haven't really read deeply into this. The scare is there. As for anything happening is another story, because these are tidbits of information that can't be tapped into. As for worldwide, like America is traveling, yeah, obviously it says worldwide travel. I'm just going for American terrain. There's going to be a lot of fear mongering here. As for anything happening is another story. There's a good chance of it. I don't think it will, but there's a good chance of it. Like, that's free will. It's hard to tap into stuff like that. Of course, you have the psychic twins. Who knows? They might be, I doubt it. But I actually checked the psychic twins to see if what they got. I didn't really see anything. But as for worldwide, yeah, I think Americans are becoming more of a target worldwide. Yes, like tourist areas, because remember, ISIS is very. It's yeah, they're pretty low. I mean, they're a bunch of cowards basically. But it's serious as for. I mean, even if you tap into a higher density, you're still. I mean, you can put it this way: is like, remember, control your space. You don't want this in your space. You control your environment. It's like I don't want this in. You put in your environment. You put in your world what you want, and everything else you keep out. So, you can give that a shot. I mean, I believe that will work. If you are in fear at all, I mean, seriously, you control your life. But obviously, if you are like your sole contract is for you to run into these things, that's a different story. That's where it gets complicated. But obviously, in those situations, these are tests. And ISIS is a test, a reptilian test. There was something I did pick up on. Obviously, I don't remember everything I think about during the day. Something about the tall blondes, the negative tall blondes, but I can't think about their. But as for what's controlling ISIS, the economy is bad. A lot of those that are put into ISIS don't care much for America that much, or anybody for that matter. So they're easily brainwashed because they're depressed, they're lost. They don't feel like there's anything else to live for but death. They figure after they die, they'll have like 1,000 virgins. I wouldn't be surprised that's in their situation. They are monsters. Well, yeah, they're reptilian controlled, of course. Reptilians love this. The negative ones, malevolent ones do. As for, I don't think the Syrians, the negative Syrians, are part of this. Palladians, maybe. I'm talking about malevolent beings. It's impossible. As for the Nordic, the malevolent Nordics, I see them around women most of the time because they can manipulate them. As for looks and to take down their self-esteems, that's what they're doing. And of course, they come off all charming. They're far from it. As for Americans worldwide, yeah, I believe from what it feels like, obviously from that headline, Americans are a target. They've always have been, but a big thing, it became more of a target because there's a lot going on that we are unaware of. As for our military going and attacking ISIS and all that, so we are an easy target, obviously. So, as for anything, like I say, coming to America is a possibility. But I think it's just mostly fear mongering throughout the holidays. So enjoy your fear mongering Thanksgiving. While you're eating your turkey, you get to watch the Macy's parade and be afraid of everything. It's just a lovely world we're living in. The reason, obviously, a lot of you probably are aware of this, awakening is upon us. It's not a fast awakening. It is like it's on a very slow-moving moped. So they are coming after us. They're coming after everybody to keep the vibration low. I've already said this. This is nothing new. They're going to constantly do this. But even Putin said that America was behind ISIS power and them getting to where they obviously. Well, yeah, I believe our government is. Obviously, the government that we see is not, but shadow government is definitely there. And that is, as for the shadow government being like seen in the public eye, I don't see that happening. But I think you can. I know it sounds weird, but if you use your intuitive abilities, I believe you can tap into the Black Projects and all that, or shadow elites, if you wish. I haven't done much of that. You'll be protected. Obviously, ask for protection with your guides. I have felt I can say this. I felt remote viewers trying to tap into me, and those are really government. So this shit does exist. Of course, you tell anybody, they'll just roll their eyes because our media. That was it. Our media. The reason I bring up the media a lot because it's super important. What's going on? Bill O'Reilly, Glenn Beck. Just who are these people? I mean, it's they've been reincarnating here a lot. They're not star seeds. I mean, they are star seeds, but they've been on this world a long time. So you could say they've been poisoned, brainwashed by the human collective. So they're just carrying on. So they don't know anything about spirituality. Oh, that was another thing. The more rich you become, the less spiritual you become. That's not always the truth. But for the most part, that's not always true because a lot of actors and actresses are very spiritual, and a lot of rich people are. But there are many that are super rich and buy their toys, buy their fast cars, and spirituality. What the fuck is that? Talk about one way of disconnecting to people, disconnecting you from spirituality. And obviously they flash all this, buy this iPad and iPod or whatever, and you make that, oh wow, I want that. But spirituality, see, that's never flashed about to connect with that. Years ago, I tell you this, 2011, when I had my first awakening, that I knew I was psychic. I was 31, never knew I was psychic, never had any idea. All of a sudden, I'm reading people, I'm meditating, my guides are talking to me. Of course, I didn't talk back to them, so I don't know what I'm doing. And I just lost my train of thought, thinking about something else. And I just lost my train of thought. Great. But yeah, connecting to your guides is like impossible. Connecting to spirituality, that was it. I would ask the tarot card reader, her guide was telling me become spiritual. Is like, how the hell do you do that? And this is like 4 or 5 years later, I finally figured out how to do it. It takes a long time. It's not something, spirituality is not easy. So how to become more spiritual? Meditation, sea salt bath, stones, not stone, I mean like stones you get in a metaphysical shop. Is it selenite? I think it is. Well, I was told it was. There's a wand. A metaphysical shop, and get you can have a wand just like this. These type of things, tarot cards, if that is something you want. You don't really need tarot cards. It's up to you. But stones, oils, you can go to a metaphysical shop. I brought this up before, and they can read you and they can tell you what you need to help you cleanse your house, your spiritual house. And I did not know that. So it took me a long time to get to this point. Obviously, channeling has helped me connect, become more spiritual, connecting with nature. Everything takes forever. But like I said, 5 years for me, that's a long time. Well, not really, but everything takes time. You have to, everybody's different, obviously. So, but yeah, for money and everything, it's the disconnect. But as for ISIS worldwide, what is going on with them? So the whole American thing. But yeah, I do believe Americans are a target, but I think it's a lot of it's fear mongering. But they are a target, and they might be a target later on. But as for worldwide, what the deal is with ISIS and the attacks, obviously I have not followed them. They are in Washington, D.C., obviously, and they're in France. And isn't it kind of convenient for them to find the bombers as fast as they did? That's if they even are the bombers. Yeah. They're just here to keep the world happy. They caught the bombers, even if they probably weren't the bombers. Who knows? There's a lot of reptilian energies during that attack, also, and Nordics and Syrians during the bombings, or where the president was. And that nightclub, a lot of Nordics there also, malevolent ones. Also many positive ones too. Realize that, it's our world. The positives can only do, all positive species can only do so much. It's our world, it's our decisions. So they can't come here and save us. We have to save ourselves. And a lot of us, when we get provoked, it's kind of like that. You have the good guy here and the bad one here. Which one do you listen to? Well, I just goes to the bad one, drink too much booze, have too much sex, get a disease, whatever. It's up to us. We're the ones controlling our reality. So you want to blame anybody, blame yourself. But this is a lesson for you, so you don't really need to blame yourself. You know what I'm talking about. So why don't these aliens save us? Like, we have to save ourselves. And anyway, as for ISIS worldwide, yeah, ISIS is in Russia. They're everywhere. Russia, something in Russia. There might be an attack there. There's a good possibility for it. I guess they don't like Putin at all. So I'm not saying that's going to be a next. It feels like that's going to be a spot where they're going to hit next. At least that's what I'm getting right now. Unfortunately, I hope they don't, but you know how that goes. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but it's a good possibility for it. I feel their presence there is pretty heavy. Isn't that nice? So yeah, I feel Russia all over the place. It's a test, and they're aware of their presence, but won't be surprised if something comes up in the news about that. Hopefully not. I hope not. But this is a test for us. Do you want to give in to all this propaganda that's going on? Obviously, they are a threat, but there is. This world is too much. But I believe at one time in our future, not now, but as we move along and become more of ourselves, which is going to take forever as things look, but maybe not, but as things are going right now, as we move into a higher vibration collectively, these things will happen, but you will not be affected by it. Those that are connected, to yourself, because you know how to manipulate energies and keep yourself out of that. Unless you want to be involved with it, that's a different story. Not to say we're better than anybody, but you know what I mean. It's just that you become more aware, and you can control your destiny than those in the third density. Remember, those in the third density obviously chose that, and this is part of their path. So I'm going to stay asleep. I'm going to go through all these things. I'm going to live in fear. I'm going to watch the news. I'm going to be brainwashed. This is unfortunate, but that's the way it is. It's all part of learning. Nobody's better than anybody. We're all the same. We're all psychic. We're all intuitive. We're all just in different levels, because that's how we came here. We came here to be on different levels. None of us are better than anybody else. Maybe talent-wise, we have a little bit of things more than others because we've worked really hard to get to certain levels. You understand? So it's not. No one's better than anybody else. I don't think so. That's bullshit. To keep ego out of the. The work I'm doing here is to help raise the vibration of the world, if that's even possible. I believe it's possible. So I'm more is coming from me to help those connect, and to obviously hopefully all can connect to others and build, become us, become who we are spiritually, and not have this crap. Not have to worry about money, and don't have money, don't need it, and to live in a more positive environment. So that's where we're headed. I believe it'll happen here. It's gonna be a very long time though. This world likes to be asleep. It loves it. And after all it's been through. But it's gotten this far. I mean, they're not burning psychics on the, like witches or anything like that. So we're getting somewhere. So yeah, it's not easy here, but it's, so anyway, believe in yourselves and have a good night. I will be back with questions. How many am I get through? Yeah, I'm worn out still. I'll do what I can. Blessings all. Thank you for tuning in, and I will return shortly.